You guys seem to really appreciate the trauma dumping stories that I have shared, as well as the stories I've shared from you guys. And I really think it's important that we continue having these conversations of the things that nurses and healthcare providers experience on a day-to-day basis. So I'm going to share a couple of more of your guys' stories, and just trigger warning, a lot of these are very, very sensitive. 35-year-old female on CRRT, maxed on all pressors, maps in the 40s, ANO times 3, had to explain why we were putting Zol pads on her. Patient spent the whole morning leaving voice memos for 2 small kids, withdrew that night. I had a DNR patient with a tumor on his trachea, nicked it with the suction machine, and he bled out from nose, mouth, eyes, etc. Nothing we could do. I had blood from my elbows down just from transferring. Former NICU nurse called to ER for a coding mom en route, C-section mom in trauma bay. She passed, resuscitated an intubated baby whose family later made the choice to compassionately extubate. ER nurse here, so many stories to think of, coning an 8-year-old girl who had been unwell with strep A and hearing her relatives scream in the halls. Not nearly as traumatic, but feeling someone's ribs break while you do CPR is something you don't forget. He was talking to me moments before I started coding him. It happened so fast. Using the unit's iPad to FaceTime a patient's family right before they were going to be intubated, and knowing it was the last time they would speak to their loved ones. I know these stories are really hard to hear, but please continue to share them so that way we can just make other healthcare workers not feel like they're alone in the trauma and things that they experience on a day-to-day basis. I love you guys. Thanks for sharing.